Okay, so get ready for a rant about running and walking. It's something I didn't ever think I'd be ranting about, but here we go. People tend to think of running and walking as two separate activities. They are different in kind, they are not the same. If you are running and you stop to walk, that indicates weakness. You better stop your watch. That's what we used to do in college. If we had to stop to walk for any reason, stoplight, car coming, we just needed to stop and tie a shoe, whatever, we would stop our watches and it did not count as running time if you were walking. I was always taught that walking is weakness. And now that I'm a grown up, and now that I can think for myself about this and look at effective training and look at the research on running versus walking, that's insane. Walking is time on your feet. If you're walking, you are burning calories, you are doing a load bearing activity where all of the chains that you use for running are all being activated, and walking can burn a great amount of energy. Walking is fantastic, and you should think of it more as on a spectrum. So there are race walkers who can walk a faster mile than most people can run. I believe the race walking world record is under 6.5 minute mile. That's walking. And there are people that run a 12, 13 minute mile, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is a perfectly respectable pace for a beginner runner doing a long race. 10, 11, 12 minute miles, go for it. And someone could absolutely walk at that same pace, and they are probably burning about the same number of calories and doing just about the same work. So I want you to get out of your head all that old stuff you might have gotten drilled into your head during sports or track or cross country or whatever, that walking is different than running. They are a partnership. They should be working together. So in this run-walk method that mostly beginners, even intermediate, but even advanced runners use in their training, you're going to be doing some walking and some running in the same workout. You're going to go out, if you're just coming off an injury, or you know you are deconditioned, you haven't been exercising, lifting, running, walking consistently for 6 months or longer, you should just start out with walking. Every day, walk at least 30 minutes and start building up your time until you can go out and walk for 2 hours. Up and down hills, walk on different terrains, walk on concrete, walk in the grass, walk on trails, walk in the woods, walk everywhere. Then, if you're a beginner and you have some baseline of fitness, you want to do a 1-to-1 ratio. You could walk for or less, 1-to-1 or less. So you could run for 2 minutes, walk for 2 minutes. Run for 2 minutes, walk for 2 minutes. In the beginning, I'd encourage you to just run for 1 minute, walk for 5. Run for 2 minutes, walk for 6. You pick the ratio and you listen to your body. If you're on a run and your body says to slow down and walk, slow down and walk. And keep your watch going. Keep your time going. It still counts. It's time built into your training. It is time on your feet, and it absolutely will make you fitter and stronger. For you intermediate folks out there, if you have been running a little bit longer, do a 2-to-1 ratio. So run for 2 minutes, walk for 1. Run for 6 minutes, walk for 3. So do about twice the amount of running as you do walking, but take walk breaks. Absolutely take walk breaks. And then for advanced, you can do a 4-to-1 ratio. The classic run walk is 4 minutes running to 1 minute walking on that schedule. So you run for 4, walk for 1, run for 4, walk for 1. You can even do a run for a minute every mile. I've done that run when I do a really long run and I'm going up to a new distance on a long run to challenge myself. I'll walk for 1 minute every time my watch beeps to tell me that I've hit a mile. And that way I have these walk breaks. They reset my system. They bring the heart rate down. They reduce pounding on your legs, so you're less likely to be injured, particularly when you're starting out or you're increasing mileage. You're putting more demand on your body. That walk break is crucial to resetting your system and reducing the pounding. And the research is showing that it doesn't have a big cost. So people that are training that stop to take walk breaks are getting just as much cardiovascular benefit as people that are running all the way through the run. But the people going all the way through the run are putting more tax and more pounding and more stress on their bodies than the people who stop to walk. So it's more benefit, it's less cost, and that's what I want you to be practicing early on here. Even if you're advanced, start incorporating run walk. You can actually put more mileage in at a higher pace if you are doing run walk than if you are just running yourself into the ground every time you have a long run. Incorporate run walk and see how it feels.